Thank you so much for stopping by. For a lot of people, sometimes failure feels like the end of the road, and we get frustrated when we try something and it's not working out, and we keep failing at it one time, several times. But failure can be really, really frustrating and also discouraging. But I recently had a different perspective of what actually failure could. You could look at failure in a way that is positive, believe it or not. So failure, because a lot of us look at failure as if it is the opposite of success, while in fact and indeed, failure is part of success. Look at the greatest inventions of our time, science and otherwise. People tried several times and they failed, but the more they failed, the more they kept working on the areas of the weaknesses and the shortcomings and all that. And today we get to enjoy great inventions that came out of numerous failures before. You would hear the history of how many times somebody tried before they could make a proper a plane, or they can make the light bulb. I know we are familiar with those stories and how many times these people tried and they did not give up. I think that is the general thread. They did not give up. Instead, the failure provided them with an opportunity to reinvent themselves, to rethink, to remodel, to work on the areas that they felt they were not good at. And so the end of the day, they became a success. And some of them after maybe one failure, others, majority of them, after several failures. And the story goes, so many inventions that we enjoy today and so many great people that we admire and look up to today, a lot of them did not just happen as an overnight success. They had to, a lot of them failed when you hear the stories, and a lot of them had gone through so much in terms of failure that I think some of us could have given up along the way. But they did not give up, and they kept working on their craft. They kept chasing after whatever it is they felt they were called to do, and eventually so many of them ended up becoming a success. And a lot of it came from history of repeated failure. For you to succeed sometimes in what you're doing, you have to go through a process that keeps redirecting you. For me, that's how I look at failure. Because a failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success, and it is through failure that you discover your strengths, you discover your ability, you reinvent yourself, you discover what you're good at. Everything that perhaps didn't work for me in the past, especially in my career, eventually led me to a space where I got to discover what I love and what I enjoy to do today. But I had to fail, I had to hear a lot of no's, I had to go through all this process. So failure can be a redirection towards exactly where we're supposed to be, and so it becomes very integral part of our process. And when you get there, you know what works and what does not work. And sometimes we miss out on opportunities because they don't come dressed and packaged the way we might want them to be. And basically sometimes we are just afraid, period, to try. So don't let the fear of failure hold you from realizing what you could have been. You should look at failure positively and see what is it that you can learn and how can you do better next time, because it is through moments like this that you get to rediscover yourself. You get to perhaps know what doesn't work, so next time you know what works in that regard. So if you look at failure from that perspective, I think it will be you will approach the world with a bit more confidence, and you'll stop fearing, because I think the fear of failure has held so many people captive. So people are scared because I tried the first time, the second time it did not work, so I'm scared of trying because of the frustration and the feelings that comes with failing. But every failure provides us an opportunity to do better, provides us with an opportunity to get closer to where perhaps you want to be. And when you look at failure from that perspective, you get the confidence to try, and even if it does not succeed today, you do not get that opportunity today or become better today, you have another chance to do it, because you will have learned perhaps from that initial failure. So embrace failure and know that no person that walked on this earth just woke up one morning, went to do something, and it became great. Very few instances, but majority of people who have succeeded in life in whatever venture that they have pursued, a lot of it came from numerous failures before, because that's just part of our success. So failure, in short, is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. So embrace it, learn from it, grow. I think that is really, really important. You can't just keep failing and not realize that there could be some lessons there for you to get. So you fail, you learn, you become better, you work on yourself and in the areas that you need to, and you keep trying, because as long as you're alive and you wake up every morning, that is a chance for you, given to you, to try again and to pursue your goals or pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue in life. So if you're planning to give up on whatever it is that you feel like you have tried for a long time and has not been working, well, I'm here to tell you that sleep on it tomorrow, wake up and keep on trying. It is through failure that we get to succeed, because failure does not exist in isolation. Failure indeed is part of success.